And everybody start recording, because why not?
I'm recording.
Ricola.
Yeah, and I
Do,
am
do,
also
do.
recording. Yeah,
And the
hi
fit
everybody.
today is the Zeppelin.
Oh, I went with superhero.
I have nothing. I was on Twit and
Just
I wore a
blue.
logoless T-shirt. Yep,
Take off
Arizona
that
State.
red shirt. Are you not
Yeah.
allowed to wear your own logo on Twit? Or you don't want to?
I just look. This is as professional as I'm willing to get. A T-shirt, yes, but one without a logo.
Jiminy Christmas, that is California bull monkey.
Have you figured?
Yeah,
Have you figured out?
California formal, a T-shirt
Am I
without
gonna
a logo
am I
on
gonna
it.
dress up? No. Am I gonna
Oh,
not wear a
yeah.
T-shirt? No.
Yeah,
Am I gonna not wear a T-shirt with a logo on it? Yes, I can do. What's the
Jason,
least I can do?
Yeah, Jason, I say this to you as a dear friend, but sometimes I forget what a filthy hippie you are.
Yeah, I
So,
have.
I
have other shirts.
It's okay. You probably traded out your skateboard for one that didn't smell like patchouli on your way over to the Twit Studios to really class it
sure.
up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Never had a skateboard.
Well,
there's still time.
Surfboard. Yeah, you're not dead.
Never had a surfboard.
I will say, really hope he never listens to this. I have a coworker who's about 10 years older than me. So he's solidly in his mid 50s. And he told me, I don't know him well because I've only been at my new job for less than a year, and this is not someone I interact with daily. But he was telling me how he had a week off from work and he didn't have anywhere to go. And so he bought a skateboard from a thrift store and was attempting to Aline, and tried to learn how to skateboard as a 55-year-old man.
Did he break did he ruin his cartilage or break a hip?
No,
or
he's
something?
fine. He was just not, I just don't think, we're all different, but I think most 55-year-olds don't just go out and teach themselves to skateboard.
That's a man.
And
I
think yeah, well, I was going to say it says something about a person who thinks they can. And, I think if this had been a close friend, I would have grabbed that person by the shoulders and shook them violently and carried them to safety. But as a coworker, you just have to maintain a neutral face and try and ask simple questions and just hope that the conversation will end soon, or that death will come.
The thing that got me,
and that is what working in an office is like.
Tony, a fact and then a question. The fact is I am 53.
Mm-hmm. So you're waiting a year or two before you start skateboarding.
Should I admit that I've been trying to find the time for the last few years to take motorcycle lessons?
So
nothing wrong with that.
Oh, Jason, the horror. The horrified expression.
I will say,
more dangerous is all.
It's really dangerous.
It's not. It's lots of fun. I used to have a Vespa until it got stolen.
But Vespa's not a motorcycle.
Lots of fun. Dangerous could be.
Yeah,
both true.
Don't listen
I don't
to
know.
these chumps.
Yeah, I will say that my partner's father for many years taught motorcycle riding as a thing, as a profession, and you can imagine a lot about how somebody who professionally teaches motorcycle riding would feel about Tony as a potential member of your family. You can just fill in a lot of gaps there. It does seem very dangerous, and I think literally one of the sad things about being a motorcycle instructor is that a decent percentage of your students are horribly injured in motorcycle accidents. And I'm kind of laughing because, it seems great. And there's things you can do to safe, but also
great.
I don't know, probably driving a convertible is a lot safer. And either way, check that your organ
what
donorship
you're
is up
saying
for.
is I shouldn't have admitted it.
Chip, you be you, but also I'm coming to your house and Shannon and I are going to have a chat with you and take away your keys.
I'm thinking of getting another motorcycle or Vespa or something. No,
whoa. Okay, Monty.
I
know
Vespa is going to get stolen every day like it used to be.
Monty, I know that you're in Seattle and you're, usually your choice is to drive a Vespa or a penny farthing. But in most parts of what we call real America, you can't just lump Vespa and motorcycle together as if they're in any way related.
Tony,
a
Vespa can go 85 miles an hour on the freeway with its 150cc engine. It is a motorcycle. It requires a motorcycle driver's license. It is a motorcycle that looks a little different than a regular motorcycle.
Well, who
Sir,
learned their
promise.
lesson here?
Sir, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Allow me to continue processing your applications for the Hells Angels. We'll be right in touch with you.
All right.
If anything, it's more dangerous than a motorcycle.
Yeah, I have one question, which is, Monty, did the Vespa just keep getting stolen until one day it didn't come back?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Mhm.
That sucks.
We were not in a great neighborhood.
Were you on Capitol Hill?
No, we were in Ballard.
Oh, okay. I know Capitol Hill is one of the places in Seattle where a friend has been mugged. I was like, didn't seem great.
Yeah.
I lived on Capitol Hill.
It seemed nice, but
I used to
also,
live
you
on
know,
Capitol Hill.
like,
It was
let me
nice.
just say, it was one of those things where a friend got mugged and he told people they got mugged and like, you were in Capitol Hill, right? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, that's not great. What you don't want is like where it's like
Capitol
getting
Hill
mugged is
is-
just like, nah.
It's fine.
Capitol Hill is
It's-
safe as heck. That's
Yeah.
This is also 20 years ago, so I have no idea.
Oh,
That may
I can't
be.
speak
I mean,
to
that.
you
Oh,
know,
wow.
that's when I lived there.
you know,
20
I
years
lived in
of
I live
crime.
in a town that is now unaffordable, but like 20 years ago was sketchy, and 40 years ago was like a really great place to have your car stolen. So,
I rolled a 13.
So D&D?
mhm. We're gonna do it. We were just making sure
Recording.
that everything worked. See, Monty
Thank
wasn't even
you.
recording, so I couldn't have started.
No, you couldn't have.
I could not have, literally not have.
No.
Is everybody in roll 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
This is the small group, and so it's deceiving to me how few there are of you.
I'm not sure what to do with myself not being asked to click circles before we start.
Oh yeah, well that was an Erica thing, so you can still click circles. It's just Erica's not here to tell you have to.
Makes me feel better.
All right, I am
Fun.
absolutely recording. Everyone's recording. We're streaming.
Yep.
It is 8:12 my time. Let us get into it in the interest of not being here forever. We played
Great.
somewhat recently, so hopefully people don't need a extensive secret recap, and I can just do the recap in the episode.
We're in a
Neat.
tavern.
Yep.
We're going to get in a fight. Got it.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Classic D&D stuff.
Heisty.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. I use he, him pronouns, and today we are continuing our Keys from the Golden Vault series of adventures, specifically Talkworth's Clockworks, an adventure in which our adventurers have descended in to an underground gnomish city looking for a MacGuffin that will allow them to deactivate the army of clockwork automatons that have plagued this town and sent its gnomish citizens running into the Underdark for hiding. But in order to do that, they may have to go toe-to-toe with one Tixie Talkworth, former head of security for Little Lockford, current Cyberman mechanical menace. Our adventurers have made their way across the Noma City to the area of what's the name of the neighborhood? I'm great at Dungeons and
Smolder
Dragons.
Town.
Our adventurers have made their way across the Noma City to the neighborhood of Smolder Town. They've found the workshop of Tixie Talkworth, but is sealed up tight. Exploring other buildings nearby, they have come across a seemingly abandoned tavern, only to come face to face with Tixie Talkworth herself, sitting there having a beer, all alone. Let's check in with who our adventures are, and get to know them before something horrible happens in combat and we never see them again. First up, it's Chip Sutterth. Chip, welcome back to the podcast.
Hi, I'm Chip. He, him pronouns. I
Chip,
play
are you playing
Josh.
a character?
I do. His name is Josh Molis. Also, he, him pronouns. He is a chaotic good youth pastor of renown. Not renown. And he is wondering if he's going to have a drink with Tixie or get bludgeoned.
Also joining us, it's Aline Sims. Welcome back to Total Party Kill, Aline.
Hello. My pronouns are she, her, as are Jasper the Tabaxi monks. I did not think we would find Tixie in the bar, so this is going to be interesting.
Yep. Next up, Jason Snell. Welcome back to Total Party Kill.
Hello, thank you. I am playing Revel. He is a Triton druid, basically a fish man, who can sometimes be animals of other kind, not fish yet because it's not allowed, but other animals.
Soon, someday.
So he's dreaming of that day, but he can breathe water, so he doesn't actually need to become a fish because he's a fish man. You see. Anyway, Ravel, that's his name.
Nice. And last but certainly not least, breakout star of Total Party Kill and of our hearts, it's Krong. Krong, brought to you by Monty Ashley.
Well, as established, I am Monty Ashley, and I am playing Krong. We are both using he, him pronouns, and Krong is a nightmare monster.
It's true. So Krong had been sneaking across this bar to find out what is going on at the end of the table where a shadowy figure was skulking, kind of muttering over a beer when something kind of unusual happened. Krong, your presence seemed to activate some kind of proximity sensor on Tixie Talkworth's belt. She has whirled around. You see that she is part gnome, part machine. One of her arms is basically ends in a giant sword. The other arm is very shield-like. She has all kinds of gadgets and doohickeys on kind of a big utility belt situation. Her eyes probably have been biomechanically augmented such that they're kind of just glowing red diodes. And I'm just going to suggest, I mean, I don't like to tell you what to do in Dungeons and Dragons, but Tixie Talkworth is rolling initiative, so you could all roll initiative if you wanted.
I think that's a good
and
idea.
when I say that, I will also add you. I will give you the capacity to actually do that in roll 20. Let's see. So Tixie was sitting there. She's got a half-drunk stein of beer. And she had been kind of muttering to herself. I think I'm forgetting exactly what line of dialogue I improvised last time for Tixie.
Well, hello.
No.
I think it was. Pretty sure. Was it something clock related? Like
TikTok. Time's up.
Yeah.
Did I say I was going to roll?
We have ways of making you talk.
And tick.
That's a joke I remember from a novelization of a Welcome Back Kotter episode that I read in elementary school.
Amazing. Novelizations of sitcoms.
And they say schools don't work, which is to say sitcoms about school.
I'm going to open you up and find out what makes you tick. See?
All right. Josh, you are the first to go in initiative order, followed by Ravel. Then Tixie Talkworth will go, then Krong, then Jasper. A lot of things could happen, so this combat could go on for forever and ever or be real short. You never know. Josh, you are first. You are standing by the door to the Motherlode Tavern. I see you as being about 20 feet away from Tixie, 15 feet away from Krong. I don't know what you're going to do.
All right, it's been a long time since I played D&D Combat question. With initiative, what options do I have for observing her and seeing what she's ready to do?
Yeah, so I will allow you to just roll a perception check right now, and that's free. That does not use any of the stuff that you're kind of limited action economy on your turn. So roll a quick perception check. I'll tell you some stuff based on that.
I have rolled a 14.
A 14. You notice that there's something kind of happening. Tixie has an arm that is, kind of ends in a sword, but it has some other mechanical implements on it as well. And something is gearing up from that. I'll say with a 14, you get the sense that something's about to come out of that arm in the direction of, you all.
Okay. And light is a touch. Light is a touch-based spell. Okay, I'm not going to do that then.
No, I don't think you need that.
Yeah. I'm just going to charge her. I'm just going to charge her.
All right. You dart across the room, maybe climb up across the table and do something at close range, apparently.
Yeah, I do have a +1 mace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use it.
Swing it.
Where's my roll? Where's my roll? Where's my 2-hit? I apologize for the
Okay.
delay here. I'm
You're
trying
new
to
to
make the
D&D.
sense. I'm in my character sheet. I'm looking for my 2-hit.
You should be able to just click a thing next to the mace, +1 mace, and it should roll it for you. Either it might even feed it into
Are you on
Found
actions?
There we go.
All right. You have rolled a 9. So you bolt across the bar, kind of climb up on one of the tables and swing in Tixie Talkworth's direction, and she just kind of like does like a head weave and avoids your blow. So you have moved, you have attacked, you have perceived. Unless you have something that's a bonus action, that is probably your turn, Chip.
I think I'm done.
All right, Ravel, Josh, and Krong are more or less engaged with Tixie. You are still standing over by the door to the Motherlode Tavern.
Hold it. This says you rolled a d20 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's not right. You should
That's
have
not right.
your proficiency bonus in there, for example,
Yeah.
and your strength or dex modifier as well. Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I'm in the. I apologize. I'm not. I'm not familiar enough with the character sheet interface here.
Oops. Trying to see if I've got a link to your character sheet somewhere so I can help you, Chip.
You in D&D Beyond or Roll20 character sheet?
I'm in
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Oh.
Okay. Are you on the actions tab?
Ah. Thank you very much. Let's click the right one. This is great audio, folks. I
That's okay.
apologize.
You're just
This stuff
learning.
this is what gets edited out of the podcast. There you go. 17, because you rolled a d20 plus 5 is your various modifiers, including your +1 mace. That is good catch, Monty, because that I was a 9 is a very low roll. It is possible you could have rolled a 9, but it would have been real bad. 17 is solid. So your mace collides with Tixie Talkworth, but something kind of strange happens as you swing in her direction, Josh. There's like a blue shield of energy that kind of shimmers in the air, and you hit it, and it like, she's shaken by it. It's kind of like you've rung a bell next to her head or something like that. So I do need you to roll damage, but it does not seem like you have physically connected with Tixie Talkworth.
A whopping 5.
All right. You have done 5 damage to Tixie's force field. Thanks, Monty. Ravel, it is now your turn.
Hey, when you flush the toilet, do you ever think what it must be like to be on the other side of that?
No.
Literally never.
Are we pivoting to a really awful kind of podcast?
That's what happens. A giant wave of water emerges magically from the ceiling right above Tixie Talkworth and smashes into her, and she must do a dexterity saving throw, DC 13.
All right.
Tony.
Not her critical success. I rolled a 20, and then she gets to add some stuff to it. So
well, that sucks. So she's gonna take 14 damage, bludgeoning.
She takes 14 damage no matter what. Okay.
No, that's
I will tell you.
That's half damage.
All right. I'm going to tell you that some of that damage you see, like she dodges out of the way, but there's just so much water kind of slamming down on her like a sledgehammer of water. And a lot of it, she has this magical force field around it, kind of ripples and repels it. But the waves are crashing against the force field again and again. And eventually the force field just kind of like sputters out, and she gets hit in the side of the head by a couple waves. So force field definitely took the brunt of it, but some of it got through and hit Tixie Talkworth.
So that's tidal wave. And what also happens is 30 feet around her, the water spreads out and extinguishes any flames that are there. There are
a couple candles on the
Okay.
There's some candles and some lanterns on the abandoned bar, and they are now
the back side
drenched.
is extinguished. The front side they're probably still there, and then the water magically vanishes because it's magic water from the fish man. That's it. That's my turn.
Wow. It's just like it's like a real like microclimate seasonal storm that just like comes through
It's a
and then it's
squall.
gone in a second.
It's the
Yeah.
perfect squall, Tony.
And the perfect squall. It's almost like a airport novel. And the perfect squall has no effect on your compatriots who are right next to the target of the squall.
Nope, because I can make the area up to
It's
30
that
by
it's
10. I made it
okay.
5
It
by
is
5.
you made it exactly the microest of microclimates.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So I don't look like a wet dog.
No, well, your feet might be damp now, though. Sorry.
Yeah, you have wet dog feet.
That's it.
So Tixie is next. She looks around at all of you. You know, I imagine like her hair's all wet from the thing, and she just tilts her head back and goes, "This is great." She would clap, but one of her hands is a sword and one of her hands is a giant metal shield. So the arm that was kind of a sword finishes transforming into kind of a nozzle type thing, and she points it. I think I can basically get all of you in this. She's doing a
Oh, I was going to move,
this
but I
is a
wasn't going to move
spell
anywhere
attack.
good, so it's fine.
Yeah. This is going to be a cone of steam shoots out of Tixie's arm. Yeah, you know, I think I can only get I'm going to say it gets Krong, Ravel, and Jasper. I think Josh is off to the side. I can't get Josh. I need Krong, Ravel, and Jasper to give me dexterity saving throws as just like a jet of steam fires back. And, you know, that feels poetic. You hit her with a wall of water, she's going to fire back a steam cannon at all of you.
Got a 17.
17's enough. You will take half damage.
Can't make it work.
What am I rolling, Tony?
Dexterity saving throw. Then I didn't say it, but the number you need to beat is 15.
Okay. I was just seeing if I am resisted in some way because I am a water creature, but I am not. I failed.
Krong, how'd you do? All right.
I got a 17.
Do you have anything special as a rogue for extra evading or things with dexterity checks? I don't know. Just making up rogue rules now.
Uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
Uncanny dodge is when an attacker hits me with an attack.
Isn't that an attack?
This counts as that. It has to be a melee
an attack roll is when they roll.
Oh, okay. You're right. Versus
don't appear to yet have the thing that lets me turn a successful save into 0 damage.
Okay. This I have to say I would have written this stat block a little bit differently in that it's steam. It does fire damage. That seems like a huge upgrade from hot air to fire, but that's okay. So Krong and Ravel, you'll take 10 fire damage. Jasper, you just get hit by a little bit. That is 5 fire damage.
That was succeeded.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then you take 5. You take 5. So
I'll take
only Ravel
10.
takes 6.
Thank you very much.
And Tixie is that was her bonus action. Now she gets her action, and Tixie is she's one of the best inventors in all of Little Lockford, in addition to being the until very recently head of security. She's got some options here. I think she is going to open up with, Josh ran in there and tried to hit her with a mace. She's got a sword for an arm, so you know what? She's going to swing around and try and hit Josh with some arm sword. It's a very anime villain-esque sword arm attack coming your way, Josh. First attack is a 23. I think that's going to hit you. Yeah. I don't think your armor class is Chip, you with us? Yeah. All right. You are going to take 6 piercing damage and 10 force damage. So that's 16 damage total. Ooh. And then she's going to try and stab at Krong because Krong is there.
What does she get to do? What a jerk.
She gets to do 3 short sword attacks.
Wow.
I have rolled a even higher 24, Krong. Yeah. You also get 16 damage. Some of that's piercing, some of it's force. And then, you know what? She is not happy about this situation. Um, she is going to fire a ball of lightning from her other hand. There's like a shield and there's like a crackle of electricity on the front of the shield. It converges into like a little sphere and that launches across the room in the direction of Ravel. Ravel, wow, she has rolled some great rolls here. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, 16 lightning damage. Do fish have any immunity against lightning or anything?
Wow, you think, I mean, famously they do, but no, I don't.
They do? Okay. You're the one kind of fish that's susceptible
Yeah,
to lightning
no,
damage.
very bad. Yeah, right.
All right. Krong, it is your turn.
Huh.
Wait, did you skip me?
No,
No, you're
I'm
after
before
Krong.
you.
Oh, okay.
I rolled
Oh,
a 12.
so-
You rolled an 8.
Yeah.
Go first, Krong.
Is there any chance, and I understand if the answer is no, that I can hide?
I think that would be somebody did just put out all the lights
All
and
the
lanterns
candles,
in the
yeah.
immediate area. I think you would have to disengage first, probably, because I feel like I'm
Well,
somewhat making up rules. But if you
That's
you
fine.
know, yeah,
Well, then I'm not going to do that because I only have the one bonus action.
yeah.
Let me just really quick. All right, I will start with a straightforward attack with Ghoul
Okay.
Stabber.
hmm
And I rolled a 27.
Yeah,
Does a
27
hit?
hits. Yeah, she's an inventor, not a god of stone giants.
In that case, it'll be this much damage and also a sneak attack of some amount, which I am looking up now. Just completely stalling as I talk.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You never know when he's going to sneak up. He's just talking and then sneak attack. He does that.
Extra 3d6. So that is 23 damage.
All right. Some of that you notice as you attack Tixie Talkworth that her shield, her force field has recharged, and some of that attack is stopped by the force field, and then you're able to like cut through that, and you hit her for some amount of damage.
Great. Now I will bonus action disengage
Yep.
and run to this corner of this booth.
All right. You dive into a empty booth in the bar. There's still like
Under the table.
Yeah, under the table. There's like a 3-week-old grilled cheese sandwich sitting on the table because this bar cleared out fast. But you are hiding under that table, presumably, or intend to in the future.
Well, I am under the table, not hiding yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty badly hurt, guys.
Oh no.
At the end of my turn.
Jasper, you're next. You're right by the door. I think you have so far perhaps taken the least front of these various attacks, having not been hit by lightning, not been hit by a sword arm, only lightly scalded by a steam attack.
Just a light steam burn.
Yeah, cats like that, I think.
Yes, notoriously.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have any ranged attacks really, so I'm just gonna get up close.
All right.
I do have 2 attacks per action. So, thanks to the short sword from the gnome, I get my full thing here with this short sword. So, the first attack is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
The second is only an 11.
11 does not hit.
So a 1 on the d6 for 4 total damage. But as a bonus, I do also get unarmed strike. So I'm going to punch an elf or gnome, excuse me. That's a 19 to hit.
That'll punch a gnome.
Only rolled a 2 that time for 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right. You are
Not the
boxing her
best, but
in the ears. The force field that seems to recharge occasionally was taken down by Krong, so these attacks are
okay.
going straight to directly to Tixie. Um,
That's
all
something.
right. Yep. Josh, you are next.
Alrighty. Does she look particularly damaged
Nope.
at all?
Nope.
That was the first damage we've actually done to her.
Yeah.
You've done a couple of little bits here and there, but yes, she has not taken a significant amount of damage because her force shield has I should be consistent about it. Is it a force shield or a force field? It is a force field. Her force field has eaten up a lot of the damage you have deployed in her
Her
direction.
force field comes from her shield.
Yes.
Force
All
field
right.
shield. Talkworks.
I
Clockwork.
would like to back up and blast her in the eyes with my gem of brightness.
Okay. How does that work?
This prism has 50 charges, and one of the things that I can do with it is expend a charge and fire a brilliant beam of light at one creature I can see within 60 feet of me. The creature must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or become blinded for 1 minute.
All right. So you hold up this beam, and I imagine it's directed, so you're not in danger of blinding Jasper.
Yes, I'm not using the cone option.
Yeah. Okay. And
So-
you're yeah.
Can I move
So-
back to do
No,
that?
no, you do not want to move back.
Yeah.
I'll tell
well,
you why.
you
One,
can, but
Well-
what Monty's going to say.
one, if you do move back, Tixie will get an attack
She gets a
of
free
opportunity
swipe.
on you. And two, because this is a saving throw, not an attack roll, there's no downside to doing it up close.
Yeah. What
All
Monty
right.
said.
All right, then I'll do that, and I've got a bonus action to follow if need be.
All right. So Tixie is rolling a Constitution saving throw against being blinded by your gem.
Bruce.
I have rolled a 6 plus 4 is a 10. It's not enough. Her tiny red diode eyes kind of like look somehow kind of sparkled, and then like they basically like little metal shields kind of iris closed to like protect them, which blinds her. So how long does that effect last?
1 minute.
All right.
Uh-oh.
She is blinded for 1 minute, during which you could attempt to murder her or run away before she murders you, or other things that you think of within the scope of Dungeons and Dragons. She can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of her turns.
Right.
So-
I'm going to use a bonus action and cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. So you now have like a floating glowing mace next to you?
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Josh?
I'm at
And then the spiritual weapon attacks.
yes, it does.
I will say when you're attacking a blind character, you have advantage. So if that hits, but you should roll again just in case you get a crit, is what D&D math nerds will tell you to do. Okay,
True.
you hit.
Tony's a D&D math nerd, and he just told you to do it.
Look,
We're
I
not
know who
naming
I am.
names here.
yeah,
Mm,
we're all friends, but some of us are nerdier than others. Tell me about damage. It looks like 11 force damage.
11 force damage.
This is bad for Tixie.
Oh, no.
Gravel, I think you're next.
Is it bad for her in some specific way that we could see, or is she just?
I mean, it seems bad tactically that
Okay.
she is the one villain here and she is blinded.
Hey everybody, have you ever thought about when you flush a toilet, what it would be like to be on the other side of it?
recently.
I know you have because you did it very recently. Well, it happens again. Ploosh! Tidal wave, 13 dex save for her.
All right. Rolling a dex save for her. Just checking that she doesn't have any like magical abilities or she hates all of you or something.
Or maybe she has disadvantage on this because she's blind.
I don't think she does.
Mm.
Seems like she should, but I don't think she does. You have advantage on attacks. Well, here. I'm gonna look it up, Monty. Is that what you want me to do? Play 5e by the actual rules?
I'm just saying, maybe you wanted to give her disadvantage.
Let's see
As
here.
listener Seb points out, sometimes you got to flush twice. Sometimes you do.
It feels like Steve is here even when he's not here.
I had a conversation with myself about how do you enliven a D&D thing, and the answer is you say dumb stuff. So I'm trying.
It's true.
I'm trying to be recording.
I've been trying to say smart stuff all these years, and it's gotten me
Don't do it.
Nowhere.
All right. I have consulted a blind creature. You have advantage on attacks against them. Any ability check that requires sight, they automatically fail, but this is not an ability check. It's a saving throw. There's nothing about saving throws and blindness. So I have rolled a 12, which I think is lower than the number that you recently said. So
you know how many die I'm going to roll?
Like all of them?
48.
48.
It is I rolled a 17.
All right.
Sorry.
17 damage.
17 damage.
Tixie Talkworth is bloodied.
Jeez. Oh, and then I hide, and then although she can't see, right? So for now,
no.
it doesn't matter.
Everywhere you're hidden, everywhere you go.
I still hide.
You can't be more hidden.
I'm gonna be I'm going down behind the booth here. So that I'm less visible if she's going to do something.
This is the worst game of Marco Polo ever. She has been blinded by a gem. You guys are hiding in booths.
Yep.
All right. It is her turn, and things are not good. She is like she has her head up to her, her hand up to her head, kind of staggering. And then with her sword hand.
The one that's a sword or the one that's a shield?
It's a sword, but it's like, the shield hand is up to the head. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the sword hand is kind of gesturing around, and she says, you guys don't play fair. This isn't any fun anymore. And with the shield arm, she starts casting, with the sword arm, she starts casting a spell. She's going to cast a Dimension Door. All she has to do is kind of trace a crude rectangle in the air. It's kind of on a jaunty angle that doesn't seem like it was quite intentional. There's a glowing rectangle. Josh and Jasper, I'd say you're close enough that you can see. You recognize that it's somewhere else in Little Lockford. You see like some kind of control room with gnomish architecture, lots of switches and stuff. And she kind of stumbles sideways into the door and kind of attempts to look back at you, but blinded, and she makes a whistling noise that sounds like a steam whistle with her mouth. Can I do that noise? Probably not. Jason will put one in here, or somebody will put one in. Who has the best steam whistle noise? Okay.
That kind of is
Zoom is like cutting it out. I see your face making a steam whistle noise, and nothing is coming through. It is very, very frustrating.
It sounded great.
Yeah, so I imagine it's like the Flintstones shift endings. This is my connection to the working man. I've seen,
The Flintstones,
yeah. And you hear something moving in the back room of the bar. Good news, Tixie Talkworth is no longer in the bar with you because she has escaped using Dimension Door.
It was like bad news.
Well, news. Tixie Talkworth is not here anymore because she has escaped using Dimension Door. In her hurry, it does seem like she may have left some stuff behind on the bar. Let me just do something here real quick. Don't mind me. Just rolling stuff that you can't see. Everybody loves when the Dungeon Master does that. Everything's fine. Just rolling some dice behind a screen. Why is everyone looking at me?
I'm drinking whatever is in the mug that's in the booth that I'm in.
Okay, it's very old beer. What happens to beer if you buy it, drink half of it, and leave it in a bar for 3 weeks because your city gets evacuated?
It goes
Nothing
flat,
good.
but I think the alcohol might kill any attempts to, or the yeast might. I don't know. Does the yeast grow, or is the yeast dead? I don't know.
All right, Krong, it is your turn. You have, as a free action, consumed some flat old beer.
I'll start by moving 2 squares over to the door to the back room and fling
Mm-hmm.
open the door to the back room.
All right. In the back room is a clockwork automaton that looks hostile to you. It's kind of coiled on top of a barrel that perhaps beer has been delivered in, and it is clearly some kind of fearsome clockwork serpent snake-like friend. We're just going to call it an iron cobra for among us.
Does not look like iron to me. Some kind of yellow
Sorry.
metal.
Well, it's got well, you know what? Tell it to Iron Man. All that yellow highlights on his outfit.
I will tell it to Iron Man.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
been made of iron for quite some time. Well, heck. Is there anything else back here aside from an iron cobra?
this looks like the back room to the bar. There is crates of old sandwich fixings, and guys, I don't know what's in bars, and barrels of
Kegs,
beer,
yeah, barrels,
and
kegs,
chairs stacked up for when they have bingo night.
Replacement chairs for the bar brawls that always break all
Yeah.
the chairs that are on the
Yeah.
But the
floor.
chairs are like
Sawdust.
adorably gnomes. Why is there sawdust?
Just to sop up the blood.
Bills.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's
And the
one, but
spills.
so well, okay, Mr. Smarty, is the sawdust transported in a barrel or a crate?
Barrel.
All right, yeah. There's a big barrel of sawdust. It's
Thank you,
labeled
Tony. Yes.
sawdust in like all caps, stencil font. And you know what? Hey, look here. This because this whole adventure is about class warfare, really. You know what there is in this back room that there never is in any kind of warehouse or storeroom in any video game or role-playing game? Under those crates, under those barrels, pallets. That's right. You never see pallets in games or anywhere because those pasty game designers, looking at you, Monty, have never worked a real day in their lives. They don't know that those things come on pallets in the future when we have pallet jacks. Presumably not.
So
in
I
D&D
assume there's a
times.
loading dock back here too for them to be
Yeah.
brought in.
Yeah, there's a big loading dock.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm
We
going
build
to-
this. We tell this story together,
Thank
and
you.
there's a loading dock.
Pallets and a loading.
And-
That
yeah,
implies
and
a
there's
loading dock.
Yeah, and there's a little gnome-sized forklift. Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah, well, or dolly at the very least. Yeah. Some sort
Yeah,
of hand truck.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you guys are done thanking each other,
We are.
I would like to take a step back towards the booth so I'm no longer in sight of the Iron Cobra.
Yep. You're just gonna leave
Now,
that door
I would
hanging open there.
Now, I would like to bonus action hide,
Mm-hmm.
which should be possible since nothing can see me.
Yep.
I rolled a 19 on stealth.
All right. Remember, listeners, you don't have to be the best hider. You just have to be better at hiding than your 3 friends in the bar with the robot cobra, and you were hidden from the cobra.
And now I'm going to attack this thing with my short bow, which is kind of
This seems like it's like you look in the room and you're like, "I'll be back later," and then you hide and then you fire an arrow into the room at it. And the cobra is like, "What? What?"
what happens. Picture it. I fling open the door. There's a giant bugbear in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
He steps back. He's gone. And now it's just the tip of the arrow.
Maybe you
Surrounding
ricochet it
the
off
doorway.
something. Yeah. Like a little mirror that you're looking around the door with. I will point out, you are in a gnome bar. So, like, I feel like, Krong is stooping to get under a lot of these door frames. This is not,
Oh, keep in mind, Krong can fit into those places a small creature can.
Yeah, but you have to stoop. You're saying you can fit into creature, the small creature can with perfect posture. I don't know why this is getting me
Yes.
so worked up.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Krong's very
Krong
flexible
is a-
and fluffy.
what?
Krong
I
is a
can't-
liminal space. He is both a small creature for purposes of fitting into things and a large creature for purposes of moving things.
Well, Monty, it's your character, and I can't really argue with you about your character. That would be being a bad dungeon master. So you win. So,
Point is, my first roll was a 20 to hit.
That will
I
hit an
don't get
iron
the
cobra.
advantage.
Yep.
Did I have advantage on that attack? I'm just asking.
I think
for
so,
the
because
sneak
you were
attack.
hidden. Yeah, right.
And that,
18 damage.
no, that 18 was the second roll to hit.
Okay.
I have rolled a 10, and I'm going to add 3d6. What do you call it?
3d6.
Actually, here's an interesting question I would like to ask you.
Mm.
Do, I have something called surprise attack. If you hit a creature that has not taken a turn yet in the current combat with an attack roll, it takes an extra 2d6 damage. I wasn't able to do that with Tixie, but has this Iron Cobra done anything yet?
Sure hasn't. It's been whistled at by Tixie, and that's about it.
I'm going to add 2d6 onto that, so that's 5 for a total of 26 damage.
All right. I imagine that Krong has fired an arrow with precision accuracy into this storeroom, and it is like caught the the Iron Cobra in one eye, and there's like sparks shooting out of it. Honestly, you possibly made it slightly more dangerous. And the sound of grinding of gears. This is now an irate clockwork snake. Yeah. All set, Krong?
I will return to the corner of the booth and eyeball this mug of old beer.
All right. Jasper.
I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, I understand why.
So, tell me again how big this snake is.
Let's see here. Do I have an actual description? It is a medium construct, so I think that would be a very large snake by snake standards. You know, it's not bigger than you. That's really not very comforting when we're talking about snakes.
It's not. No.
You know, this is a big snake. It's
Yeah.
a big clockwork snake.
So I was gonna try closing the door and just like ignoring the problem, just like real life. But I think that it could probably just break through the door.
Eventually. I mean, all doors are for temporary things.
All right, I'm gonna go hit it.
All right. Are you going to go into the storage room?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in this.
All right. You're standing next to a big barrel of sawdust.
It could be worse. All right, so I'm gonna do again 2 actions with my short sword. Oh, we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. I got a 16 to hit with one of them though.
Okay. I will tell you the Iron Cobra has significantly lower defenses than Tixie if you want to tell me about the other number.
It was a 10.
Not that low.
Yeah.
So the 16 hits the Iron Cobra.
Okay.
The Iron Cobra has no force field, which let me tell you is an extra thing to think about when you're dealing with the when you're managing a monster on your turn as the dungeon master. So tell me about damage for your attack.
That's 6 points with my short sword, and then I get my unarmed strike as a no. Wait, can I disengage as a bonus action?
My understanding is monks do all kinds of nonsense too.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Looking at my bonus action tab. I can spend a key point. No, I'm going to use my bonus action to unarmed strike. So that is 12 to hit. It's better than a 10.
Not quite enough. You slap out in the direction of the snake, and the snake evades it. It's kind of doing a little snake dance where it's bobbing and weaving while still kind of, the base part of the snake is just coiled around the big barrel. But
snake dance? I got that reference.
I don't know if that's a reference. I was just talking about the way snakes move. So is this possibly some kind
reference not acknowledged
musical reference from the 70s to mid 90s?
It's Doctor Who reference. Just go move on.
I thought it was Axl Rose. He used to do a kind of a
okay. A lot of arm movement in that for a snake. So all set, Aline?
I'm all set, yeah.
All right, Chip, Josh is next. You are no longer mace to sword with an inventor because she has fled. It's just, your friends, some of whom are hiding alone in a bar with a robot snake.
All right. So my spiritual weapon is still active.
Yep.
And when you cast the spell, you strike melee, but but as a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet.
Yep. That snake
Uh,
is, I'd say, about 10 feet away from you.
yeah, um, I am going to use spiritual weapon from where I am at the snake.
All right. Why go into a filthy bar back room when you could just send your weapon spiritually in there and attack the snake from the comfort
Actually, I
of the
take that
main
back.
room in the bar?
I take that back because that leaves Jasper as the only person within reach.
It's okay.
So I'm going to move in and do the same.
All right. You run in and attack with your spiritual weapon. Have you rolled for the spiritual weapon attack?
I am rolling for it now.
Oh, critical.
Nice.
So, Chip, I don't know if D&D Beyond does this for you automatically, but when you roll a critical, Chip hasn't done a ton of D&D combat yet since in the Prisoner 13 adventure we had almost no combat, possibly no combat. I'm forgetting.
Literally none.
Well,
You can
yeah,
right click on the damage until it crit damage.
yeah. So basically, Chip, you'd get to roll twice as many dice on whatever the attack would be. So like if you were doing this in person, it looks like your spiritual weapon is a D8 plus 3. So you would roll 2D8 plus 3. And D&D Beyond may do some of that for you or not. I think Aline
Um,
suggests that it does. You can also just roll 2D8 and add 3.
Looks like I'm going to have to roll it twice.
Yeah, that's fine too. You don't get the 3 twice, but we can do the math on that. So
A
all
whopping
right.
one on the second die.
Yeah, that is yeah, the base literally the least the critical could do. So you 11 damage as your spiritual mace wallops this robot snake. Robot snake taking a bunch of damage, not bloodied yet. And good news for Robot Snakes fans, it's the Robot Snake's turn, assuming Josh is all done.
Josh doesn't have time to cast a cure wound spell on himself, does he?
Is that a bonus action?
Uh, that yeah, that's not an available bonus action, no.
Okay, then I don't think you do. Um, So let's see here. I think the snake is going to start with the person who has, engaged with it most directly, which is Jasper. Robot snakes, they're kind of simple. They try to bite you. It's really all they do. The snake kind of bobs and weaves and then darts out with its fangs, tries to sink those fangs into your arm, Jasper. I have rolled a 9 to hit.
I'm good.
Yeah, I remember those great Tixie rolls. They have gone through a dimension door to another land. Ravel, you are hiding in a bar booth.
I'm just peeking up
It
over
is
the.
awkward because it is gnome proportioned, and you are a Triton.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of on the outside of it actually more than
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see Krong in the corner.
Well, he's hidden, but you
I'm not hidden.
He's not
Oh,
hidden.
he was
Not anymore.
hidden.
All right, I'm gonna come over to Krong
Oh,
and I'm gonna touch him on the fur, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, buddy, take."
I mean, do you want to be more specific? Because he's all fur.
I just like on the arm, just furry arm. I'm
Okay.
gonna say, "Hey, buddy,
Yeah.
feel better," and he gets 18 hit points
Wow.
Nice.
because that is
Thank
cure
you very
wounds.
much. I think
And I
actually
rolled the
we established
max.
we may have established at some point that I was looking like a robot, though. Now that I think about it, I
Oh,
had a disguise.
gotcha.
Okay, well, I know that there's fur down there. Anyway,
Yeah.
that is my action. If I can't cast a second spell on a bonus action, even if I'm allowed to, right? One spell per turn, isn't that what the rule says? Or not?
The rule is very complicated.
Okay, because I can do healing word as a bonus action.
If your main action spell is a cantrip, then your bonus action spell can be a non-cantrip or something like that. but you can't cast two.
It is not.
You can't cast
So, okay.
a action spell and a bonus action spell in the same turn unless you have an extra action to do it with.
Okay.
The only exemption to that is you may cast a spell and a cantrip.
Yes, I don't. This is not a cantrip. Neither of them is, so I can't do that. I am going to hand. How many did I make? I made good berries.
Mm-hmm.
I made 10. Did I hand those out?
You did, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to remind Josh that he's got 3 good berries that he could eat to get 3 hit points back. And eat your berries; they're good for you. And then I will. I'll vault over one of the. I'm now in the next booth over from Krong.
Okay,
that's my turn.
It's
healing.
Krong's turn now with hit points.
That feels better. All right, I'm going to bonus action hide.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, so I guess I should
Classic Krong.
I rolled a 14 for stealth. Then I'm going to walk over and stand on the bar. And then I would like to shoot my short bow over Josh into the Iron Cobra.
Okay.
Am I hidden?
I think so.
Great. Oh, well, my first roll is a natural 20, so I don't care. So that's a critical hit, which is good news for Monty and his sneak attack damage.
Yeah, you get to double your sneak attack. Are you rolling those in person? Because I just imagine like basically having like a fishbowl full of dice.
I'm rolling these in roll 20. Well,
okay.
I'm rolling these in D&D Beyond, showing up.
But there's just like a fist of dice that you get to throw at the table.
Yeah, this part isn't as fun. Let's see. It's slash roll 2d6 plus 4 plus 3d6 for sneak attack damage plus 2d6 plus 3d6. Yeah, that's right. That's 10d6 plus 4.
10d6.
44 damage.
All right. An arrow whistles dangerously close to your neck, Josh, and catches the Iron Cobra in its neck, which when you think about it, like snakes are basically all neck. All neck.
I've always said that.
Yep. And they've always agreed. So observant to lean. There are all kinds of sparks and gears flying out of the snake. It is still there, but it is extremely sad on the robot snake emotion scale.
I'll move over into this booth and see if this beer is any better.
It's still 3 weeks old, and it seems like it came from the same keg.
I do not care for gnomish beer.
Yeah. I've decided, you know what? Gnomish beer tastes kind of like Mountain Dew, which does not improve by being left out for 3 weeks. Canon, but it's Jasper, it's your turn.
Yeah, well, I think that I just got to do my standard try to hit 3 times. So, short sword, 14?
14 will hit an Iron Cobra.
I'll do another attack.
Tell me about tell me about damage on that first attack.
First attack, rolled a 1 again for 4 points of damage.
You know what? This Iron Cobra had 4 hit points. I imagine you basically just finesse lop off the head of the Iron Cobra, and it just kind of sits there, kind of animatronically rotating back and forth independently from the body. You do notice as it's lying there that like it's got kind of like the fangs are kind of like pistoning back and forth, and there is like not so nasty looking juice kind of coming out of that you're real glad that is not inside your veins.
Yeah, let's not touch that.
Yeah. Congratulations. You have met Tixie Talkworth. You have defeated an Iron Cobra. You have investigated the Motherlude Tavern. You are out of combat.
Ooh. Cool. I'd like to see what Tixie left behind.
Yeah, so Tixie was in a real hurry to get out of here. Also, she was blinded at the time that she made her exit. So, in addition to, it looks like a half-drunk thing of beer, which was more recently poured than most of the other mugs of beer in this place, and a little kind of silver bowl full of pretzels. There's also like a big, chunky set of like a key ring on the bar, and
Nice.
it's got a lot of keys on it, and it's got like a some kind of symbol on it. It's like a pickaxe and a shovel kind of at cross on the kind of key ring part, and then I don't know, a lot of keys. The keys seem to be numbered.
Hmm. Okay. I'll show it to everybody.
Okay.
And maybe this will get us into her workshop.
I will tell you what's challenging, I believe, because you investigated the workshop right before
keyholes.
ending up
Yeah.
over here. There was no keyhole
No
on the
keyhole.
workshop
Okay.
because there was
she
nothing,
probably
for
just
example,
dimension doors in and out of it like a jerk.
like a jerk.
How far are we from the workshop now?
It's
You know,
just kind of about across the way, right?
yeah, it's not far. Let me take you back to the little Lockford map. You are, let's see here. Somebody drew an arrow for the
Right.
That's
For
the
her
workshop.
there.
workshop.
The the bar is the big square building. Oh, great! I chose like basically the color of the map to highlight it with. That was great, Tony. It's the bar is the big square building
Tony,
in the middle. So one street over, basically.
I'd like
Um,
to search. I'd like to search the back room, especially like the floor, to see if there's possibly like a secret passage or something from the bar to get to the
Mhm.
workshop. I mean, it's kind of far, but I thought I would check because secret
Yeah, give it a
passages are cool.
Yeah,
You made a
Likewise,
loading
let's
dock
just
happen by asking. Maybe you
Yeah.
can make
yeah,
a
you
secret
did.
passage happen.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very susceptible to suggestion. So,
Okay.
what'd you roll?
What am I doing? Perception?
Yeah, perception.
Okay, I'd rather do animal handling, but that's fine.
Okay. The bar is not an animal.
Only 10.
You're looking around and you do not seem you do not find anything. You know what you do find? You've been drinking all from the beer. You find several kegs of a gnomish whiskey that is called, can I say this gnomish name? Ufinklanger's Finest.
Oh. Oofenclanger.
And they are, I imagine, because they are gnome-sized whiskey casks, like they're very portable.
I do have a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, you should. Josh, there's some whiskey back here. If you want
In
it.
a bar?
Say no more.
Hmm.
He says, creaking.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think it does seem fair to assume that basically you have established that Tixie, in addition to being a powerful inventor, is a spellcaster, and she has access to Dimension Door. So her ability to kind of move throughout Little Lockford is, it's like one of those personal transporters in Star Trek, Jason, where like she is not even walking upstairs; she just teleports up to the platform above her. It's like, why bother?
Well, yeah.
What would I roll to see what I know about dimension doors like this?
Sure. Roll
Um,
Arcana.
Arcana. That's a 10.
Dimension Door is a spell. You've probably heard it talked about before. It is from the School of Conjuration. It is a relatively high level conjuration spell.
Okay.
It requires only a voice and is instantaneous, which is how I decided that you could do it while blinded by a gem.
Yep. All right.
I guess Aline, you would know. I mean, it's pretty powerful as far as a teleporting thing. I guess it has to be. I guess she's within Little Lockford, so she can't. It is to teleport in short distances, so it does not let you like she couldn't. It's not letting her go to another plane of existence or somewhere very far away.
You
Okay.
said two of us could see through the door, and it was
Yeah.
all workshop stuff on the other side.
I think I said control room.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we get.
While we're thinking about it, I've got 12 of 28 hit points left.
oh
Who's hurt? Who's hurt?
Oh, I could use
Oh,
some healing.
I have 6 hit points left.
oh yeah, you're all dying.
Yeah.
I'm
all
not
right.
that bad off.
Let's
break out
I
these
was yeah, hit dice. I was all worried
Yeah, short
about
rest.
Tixie, who was about to get beaten to a pulp because she was blinded. But turns out all of you are in big troubles too.
Yeah,
Would you like to
I'm
take a short rest here in the tavern? It is
Short
recently
rest in the
snake free. All right.
That's a good idea.
And so you spend an hour recharging in the tavern, perhaps a little on edge because Tixie is now definitely aware of your presence in Little Lockford and specifically in Smolder Town. You've got this strange set of keys. You know that you need to get in to her workshop, and you're gonna have to figure out how to do that without having to fight an army of robots, or certainly perhaps being careful about fighting Tixie herself. For you did well, you held your own, but that was a little bit of a surprise situation. Were you to fight her on even ground, you might be in rougher shape. I don't know. Do you want to choose what you want to do next, or do I end it here? How does this work, people?
I think this is a good pause point.
Yeah, I think it was a good.
All
good
right.
spot.
Yeah.
Players love not having to decide stuff before the next adventure, which makes my preparation much, much harder.
We're going
But
to we're going to explore the buildings that are near here and try to find a basement with a secret tunnel to the workshop when we get back.
Okay. Will our players find a secret tunnel to the workshop? Why do they think such a thing even exists? What other secrets and dangers await them here in the underground gnomish city of Little Lockford? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill: Keys from the Golden Vault - Talkworth's Clockworks.
M
Nailed
dash Talkworth's Clockworks. And the
Uh,
answer is that she's very into clockwork stuff. So I imagine that we're going to find a spot where you pull a candelabra and then walls retract and,
mhm.
elaborate arcane
Cool
stuff.
Yeah. Listeners, thank you for listening along live with us or consuming the bootleg afterwards. It's always great to have people hanging out with us on a
Yes.
Tuesday night on our YouTube stream.
Indeed.
I think Jason's going to click the buttons and we're going to go off live.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.